Alrighty, we're into round one here between TSG and Casual Tournament Team. This is the first of 3 rounds of tonight's Diamond Tier Tournament of NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tier Tournaments. We have a tournament for every tier, one for each night of the week, with special events on the weekends. TSG banning out Cassiopeia, Thresh, and Morgana. Braum, Jax, the first 2 bans, with a third to come out of Casual Tournament Team. We'll see what they choose to do. TSG, known for their top laner, Shaco, being extremely strong on that Jax, so not any surprise there to see the Jax ban coming out. Thresh and Morgana highly contested in that bottom lane, and Braum being new to the champion pool, nobody wants to deal with that. I'm not quite sure about the Cassiopeia ban, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. Kha'Zix, the final ban. We might see a... Oh, interesting. I've never seen TSG choose the Riven. We'll see what they build a team around that. We got Twitch being hovered over. Twitch is a really, really strong AD carry at the moment, and Leona is that third and final hotly contested support pick. Two of the total 3 being banned out. It was only logical for that final pick. Karma's a really strong champion. And it looks like TSG Shaco locks in his namesake champion. It could be the jungle there for them. Godternal, that massive top lane monster. Looks like Evelynn gets locked in for the jungle, followed by the picks of Yasuo and Lucian. Looks like there's not too much magic damage on TSG's side, but it's a lot like there's a Tark pick for CTT. We got the final lock-in of that mid lane, Nidalee. We'll see how things shape up. It will be that top lane Pantheon again. Godternal, we saw an amazing game on Renekton a couple games back in a previous tournament, so interested to see the different pick of that champion. Excuse me while I've been communicating with the admins on the different side. If I sound distracted, that would be why. Alrighty, only 5 seconds remain to swap around champions. We got 2 smites on the side of TSG. And it does get locked in that way. Interesting. It's probably a mistake on their part. We only have 3 minutes remaining on that spectator delay before we get on to Summoner's Rift here, guys. Again, this will be the first round of tonight's NotSoStockGaming Diamond Tier Tournament between TSG and Casual Tournament Team. True Skill Gaming is what that stands for. I should have said that first. In the meantime, guys, if you want to get involved in our tournaments, you can log on to NotSoStock.ca. You can check out a couple awesome features we have on that website, including the Team Finder feature, where if you don't quite have a 5s team and you're looking to find a team that's looking for members, you can input your information as a solo player onto that feature on our website. And the reverse is also true. If your team of 3 or 4 is missing 1 or 2 members to make a team of 5, you can check out on our website, NotSoStock.ca, using that Team Finder feature to find solo players that are looking for a team. Also by posting your own information and allowing people to contact you. Another feature available through our website is High Elo Coaching. If you're interested in upping your game, or if your 5s team needs a little direction, you can again log on to NotSoStock.ca. In just about a minute and a half here, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be underway for our first round match between True Skill Gaming and Casual Tournament Team. The winner of this matchup will move on to the semifinals of tonight's Diamond Tier Tournament here on NotSoStock. On purple side, we have a bottom lane duo of Twitch and Leona, as well as that top lane, we have Pantheon. In the jungle is that Evelynn, and mid lane is Nidalee. We got a decent amount of poke and range coming from the ultimates of the bottom lane and Nidalee spears, so a decent amount of poke. Not too much siege, though, as Twitch has a relatively short range when not using Rat-a-tat-tat. So it looks like the split push and single dueling is really strong for a casual tournament team here. We have a lot of all-in potential, as well as split push, a decent mix of everything on the side of TSG. Shaco can invade quite well with that ignite spell in the jungle, as well as split push if he completes like a Hydra or something like that for a quick wave clear with a static shiv. The bottom lane of Lucian and Karma really strong. Karma is definitely a lane bully, and hopefully Lucian can dodge out some of the skill shots, like the Zenith Blade, coming out from that Leona pick. Alrighty, here we are, guys. Loading on to Summoner's Rift. Again, this is TSG on blue side versus Casual Tournament team on purple. The winner of this matchup moves on to the semifinals against the winner of the matchup between SKT Hype Train and Mons Demonia. If you joined us last evening for the Platinum Tier tournament, you would have known that we had some great games coming out of a few of the members of tonight's tournament as well. We did invite all of the Platinum Tier teams to join us this evening. Some of them chose to. Also in our bracket, includes Orbit Gaming and Lee Sin Sucks Duck. The winner of that matchup will move on to take on the Pony Dragons in the semifinals here on NotSoStockGaming. And we are loading onto Summoner's Rift for the first round game between True Skill Gaming and Casual Tournament Team. The winner of this matchup moves on to the semifinals here on NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tier Tournament. Join us tomorrow evening as well for our open bracket tournament. It doesn't even matter if your team is level 30 or not. It doesn't even have to be ranked or anything. Just grab you and 4 other friends and come and join us for that tournament. We do have a pause here at level 1. It might be them wanting to recreate due to the Smite Summoner spell in that top lane. We apologize for the delay here, guys. We'll get underway shortly. Interesting choices here. We've got two junglers on the side of TSG.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Again, this is on patch 4.7, so as you can see, we do have trinkets available after the 30-second mark.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Nice bit of poke comes out of that Karma. They are standing on a ward, so they will be seen.
Minions have spawned.
Karma standing on a ward as well. There are 3 members here. Nidalee Spear does connect onto TSG, I believe. Minions have spawned though, so he'll be late to lane if he does choose to recall. Down to half HP. Spear is available. Doesn't quite connect. Again, this is our first round game between NotSoStockGaming and Casual Tournament Team. The winner of this matchup moves on to the semi-finals. Alrighty, down here in this bottom lane, level 2s will arrive for each of these duo lanes as soon as the first melee minions of the second wave have fallen. But up here in the jungle, Shaco has started off that red buff. There is a ward that will see him exit the jungle should he pass out by that ward. Couple traps by the red buff. Spotting out Evelynn should she come that way. There isn't another blue buff for her to steal, so she'll be looking basically for that Shaco, but wasting a lot of time walking through the jungle. He will be seen by that ward. They will know that he had stolen that buff. It's hit by the spear immediately. Evelyn's here though. Smites out the trap so that she can't get feared. Great play, keeping things equal in that mid lane. Shaco though with a couple buffs. Well played on his part. Alright, Shaco is here. We'll get a red buff slow and a crit down onto him. Forces the flash to avoid the fear. There's the stun into a fear. Leona might fall level 1, but gets away with 150 HP. Alright, no flashes were used by either of anybody from the blue team. No flash on Shaco as a summoner. Evelynn just trying to clear her jungle, getting relatively low. Again in this bottom lane, flash is blown by each of the bottom lanes. Summoner heal used as well by that Twitch. Nice gank out of that. Evelynn in the mid lane will cause a first blood in favor of Casual Tournament Team. Dragon Slayer Pantheon skin in this top lane. He's been left relatively alone as they've been trying a double jungle strat here for TSG. Interesting choice. Nice spear shots coming out. Again, back down in this bottom lane. There's no flashes available for either of red team, but the Evelynn gank will come out. TSG Pro gets exhausted. Uses her spells to try and slow the aggression, but she will fall. Lucian doing his best to stay safe while still hoping for a couple last hits. Grabbing a couple last hits with that W. Great shot there. Evelynn will be looping around here. That ward will not see her because of her stealth passive. And there is no flash available by this Yasuo. He dashes through. That's a really good play there. A couple hits. The swipe does connect. Well, spear almost hits. That definitely would have taken the life of TSG, believe, in that mid lane. Leona recalling in that bottom lane as Lucian was able to stay for the wave getting shoved into his turret. Not quite enough AD to last hit underneath the turret, though. Doing his best to use spells in his favor. Looks like the farm numbers are pretty equal as Shaco falls in the top lane. Looks like Evelynn and Riven pick up another kill. Or Evelynn and Nidalee pick up another kill on Riven in the jungle, almost taking out Evelynn. Really close call there. The double jungle strat not really working at this point for TSG. Looks like Karma falls once again as she did not have flash in this bottom lane. She used Ignite to try and stave off some aggression. TSG Chaos forced to flash. He does have Summoner Heal available, forcing Twitch to take a couple tower hits or more. Did force Summoner Heal out of both of the AD carries as Yasuo will fall in the mid lane once again. Riven will pick up her first kill, which will be a quasi shutdown. 360 gold goes over to TSG Gomu on that Riven. And this top lane, Shaco almost picking up a kill on the Pantheon, but the spear shot will choose the correct one because of the blue buff, making it really simple to tell the difference there. And that'll be a kill. 2 God Turno up here in the top lane. Twitch is invisible. Will get locked up in this mid lane. Nice. Solar Flare lands on top of the entire stun and root. That's a killing spree for that Twitch in the bottom lane. He's 3-0-0 as well as 65, so about 8 CS up in this bottom lane. Dragon is available. There's a lot of pink ward coverage in that area on the side of Casual Tournament team. Couple ults come down right on top of Yasuo here in this mid lane. He had nowhere to go. His flash was just barely off of cooldown, but he knew he was dead. One way or another, they would have dove him underneath that turret with just the sheer numbers in their favor. First dragon started up here for Casual Tournament team. It will be the first dragon of the game going in their favor. There's 2 junglers on the side of TSG, but neither one of them look for a steal. here in the bottom side of the map. Increases the gold lead to 4.6 thousand gold in favor of Casual Tournament Team. A lot of aggression out here from this Yasuo. He has completed Avarice Blade, which gives him 20% crit chance due to his passive. Activates a couple potions in his inventory to keep himself safe. Gets right on top of Nidalee here, but she returns some decent aggression in Cougar form, forcing the flash out from TSG Believe. He dashes into his spear. He's going to have to run away. Flash, pounce, swipe into the execute. That'll be another kill for Nidalee. Takes the ignite, but the tower will keep her safe. The ultimate is available for Shaco, playing his namesake champion. They are looking for maybe a pick onto this Riven. She gets cut out. She will be deleted by 3 people here as Twitch and Leona come up from bottom lane. They do choose the correct one, not stunning anybody but the clone, and that'll be free money going over to Nidalee once again. And she picks up the 25 gold from killing the clone as well. TSG Believe wanting to get a little bit greedy, perhaps, to pick up the shutdown that's on that Nidalee. Again, coming down here in this bottom lane. They do not know that Leona is behind them. She does not have Solar Flare at the moment, but she does have Exhaust. They will lock down TSG Pro. And the Expunge will execute Karma. She'll go down now as Evelynn joins, and the Zenith Blade will connect. A killing spree for that Evelynn as they delete this bottom lane. 1-14 in kills, 0-0 in turrets. TSG not with their heart in it this evening. God Eternal just farming in between turrets, knowing that there's not a lot the enemy can do to try and stop him.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
TSG Shaco just walks by to say hello. Evelynn looking to start out her own blue buff. Grand Skyfall is coming in behind TSG Pro and TSG Believe. It looks like they're trying to pick up a kill on Nidalee before they die their inevitable deaths. Who will they give the kill over to? It will be that Nidalee. She gets a double kill, 6-1 in that mid lane as they push here onto the tier 1 turret. Shaco takes a Nidalee Spear to the face, takes about 40% of his HP away. No defense for the mid lane turrets as Solar Flare does land into Agony's Embrace. Hate Spikes, as well as the Zenith Blade executing net Shaco in the mid lane. Nice Spear lands onto TSG Believe. Some nice damage through the shield. Nice turn. Goes down onto the Riven. She does have a blue buff for the chase. Gets a little bit of pain down onto Leona, but she's got a lot of HP. Oh, the Spear connects onto TSG Pro. She, on the other hand, is not quite tanky, and she's down to about 30% HP. Nice throw lands onto Nidalee, but she's got a lot of HP to heal herself up. There's that Primal Surge. She turns back into Cougar form to turn on some aggression onto TSG Believe. His shield has been popped. The wind wall won't stop a jumping Cougar as the spear goes off to the side. Spear lands midair as Yasuo will fall mid-ultimate. That's the 18th kill on the side of Casual Tournament Team. As TSG Chaos will go relatively ham. The culling activates, and wow, a couple kills go over to TSG Chaos as they have 4 people here in this mid lane. Twitch down bottom, God Eternal on that Pantheon up top lane. Will they try and get a turret, or will they turn things around? Looks like they'll chase her onto this Nidalee. And she'll jump over the wall to get away. Twitch is here as well. I don't think Yasuo can fight this Pantheon in the top lane, though. A Bloodthirster that is fully stacked means a lot of damage for that Pantheon. both buffs available again on the side of Casual Tournament Team's jungle.
Dominating.
Nidalee gets a pick inside the jungle. She is dominating. Riven has Wind Slash available, and again gets her second kill and second shutdown in a row on that Nidalee, using her Broken Wings to secure that kill. Riven doing her best to farm up in this mid lane. God Turno has a killing spree up in the top lane, so I'm not quite sure why Yasuo is up that far. Looks like red buff transfer complete. As he'll just turn out to Heartseeker Strike. Dragon is available once again, started up by Casual Tournament Team. Sunlight passive being proc.
Slain the dragon.
Nice solar flare lands right on top of TSG Pro into the Zenith Blade and the stun. Agony's Embrace used as well for a shield and a slow. TSG Shaco in the middle of two. They killed the clone, but where did the real Shaco go? A Nidalee Spear will be enough to get that kill as well. Only 192 gold worth on that kill as he has 5 deaths now. God Eternal just dives underneath the turret, almost taking 2 down with a single Heartseeker Strike. Takes a lot of damage from the turret, so he will back off. He does have Grand Skyfall available as of now. Again, Heartseeker Strike doing so much damage. The last hit of the turret will shut him down. They tether getting the last hit. Karma picks up a kill, trying to defend her turret. Hex Drinker was popped by Evelyn, so get the root down onto Nidalee. But the team gets split, so TSG Pro must run. They are chasing onto the Leona. They do pick her up. Nidalee off in the wings with not a lot of mana remaining, but looking to try and deal a little bit of damage. Grand Skyfall comes out, trying to catch onto one person. CDR boots on that Pantheon. Nidalee gets the last hit onto that Lucian in the jungle. Again, this is NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tier Tournament. We have a tournament for every tier for each night of the week with special events on the weekends. If you haven't yet seen the Dragon Slayer Pantheon skin, here it is on display in this top lane. God Eternal taking down an inhibitor turret on his own. This is round 1 between TSG and Casual Tournament Team. Wow, so much damage on that Pantheon. Just a Heartseeker Strike plus an auto takes him completely out. He will fall to 2 people inside the base. He gets the turret for his troubles too. Definitely worth it for them as Twitch gets a kill onto TSG Pro in the bottom.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Alright, damage has started to go down onto this bottom lane inhibitor turret. They will be able to get that. That'll open up 2 side lanes as an entrance into this base. They start to put damage onto the inhibitor, but this is a possibly, if Shaco joins, a 5v3. Might be the chance for TSG to get back into it. The knockup is available, misses though. Nidalee goes a little bit aggressive onto TSG Pro. Shaco's here though, as the spear lands onto TSG Believe. There's the ward spam. And the spear connects. That'll be Karma falling once again. Our 10th death.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
So much damage from this Pantheon. That shield saved him. Looks like they just want the kill on this Pantheon. They won't get it though.
Shut down. Red team double kill.
You're looking a little green.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Please, Areno, no chase, Areno. God, Eternal with so much damage. You just look at those items he's sitting on.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
They land the knockup, but I don't think that'll help them. Ouch. Alright, they get the shutdown onto Pantheon.
Dominating.
GSG Pro might actually just have the most money on his team. He's been getting a lot of shutdowns. Gomu as well, but look at the Winions, guys. Twitch becomes legendary.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Super Minions shoving in onto the base. And there's the Nexus. Congratulations to Casual Tournament Team. They'll move on to our semifinal matchup. We'll be underway shortly for our semifinal matchup. Just waiting for reports of the wins to come in. It'll take us a moment to get a hold of those. We'll actually go ahead and jump in here to the matchup between Monsdemonium and SKT Hype Train. Winner of this matchup will take on Casual Tournament Team. Alright, looks like we got a really close game here actually. 17 to 13, 6 to 1 in turrets. A lot of map pressure in favor of Monsdemonium here. But that doesn't mean that SKT can't take it back. Nice, the taunt does connect. Diamonus gets popped on that Renekton. He's going to turn things around with his team behind him. They will back off though as Nice Poke gets returned onto that Wukong. A little bit of a tussle up here in the top lane. Lucian shows up. He does have red buff. They will think about the chase. Spots out that pink ward. He will take it out. Good job by Monsdemonium to take that moment to push up the mid lane. And it'll looks like Caitlyn will fall. Stand United comes onto that Evelynn, but she flashes over the wall. They might have put that on Morgana to survive. Monsdemonium activating the culling for their Lucian here. Get a nice pick onto Kayle. She activates her ultimate to stay really safe. Okay, they go. Teleport comes onto the cannon creep to keep it alive for a little bit longer, and for Renekton to join his team. That'll be the first inhibitor falling in this mid lane. Goes down 21.5 minutes into this match. It will be up almost at the 25-minute mark, or 25.5, excuse me. Dragon not on the map, but the Baron is available. That is worded, so they will see him. Hate spikes come out. But there is a red buff on Lucian as well. The culling not available, as it was used to clear a wave in the mid lane. They do stun the Morgana, and the red buff from that double shot passive will actually be enough to take her down. Zenith Blade lands onto the Evelynn, but she's got a lot of movement speed to keep herself safe. Hex Drinker gets popped, and great shot there by Lucian. Great aim, not great luck. Flash out from the Syndra, but she won't actually get the final hit onto that Caitlyn. Great flash from that Caitlyn to keep herself safe. Has Monsdemonium on blue side, pushes up this mid lane. They do have super minions, so they might want to think about pushing a different lane. There is an open inhibitor in that top lane, but they don't quite have the health bars to look for a team fight up in that direction. It's interesting to see here how the game has shaped up. Just going to move around the champions to their respective roles so we can look how matchups have gone. Looks like top lane went pretty even in terms of gold. A little bit more global gold from the turrets and most likely dragons that have been in the hands of Monsdemonium. Renekton having about 1,000 more gold, I would guess. You can check. Yep, he has almost exactly 1,000 gold more than his matchup in the Shen. 1,000 or more gold in the hands of each of Monsdemonium's champions, other than that support Leona. Support Leona probably falling behind in gold because she doesn't have a passive gold gen item. She has to actually last hit minions near a friendly champion. That's harder and harder to do as your team just goes around the map. Rotating between lanes. Looks like they will look for that top lane. Lucian looking for that Shen, but they won't find him. They'll just clear out these minions and shove in, hoping to get another inhibitor for their troubles. Again, they do have all 5 members here in this top lane. Baron is available, and the inhibitor is down in their favor, pushing up that mid lane, keeping people occupied, defending out the base. So they'll have just a moment for this next super wave to push in. And as blue minions do approach the base, they will enter. Getting past that choke point. Agony's Embrace hits all 4 of that backline, but Evelyn will just get deleted. The ultimate goes down from that Syndra onto Shen as he gets deleted in the backline. Morgana activates her Soul Shackles to try and save her own life, but Kayle will fall as well. Nice exhaust, keeping Caitlyn safe by reducing the damage coming out from Renekton, but that's going to be another inhibitor falling. Ace in the Hall almost connects. Great Relentless Pursuit to dash in the way of that to save his teammate by that Lucian. First Nexus turret does fall. The second Nexus turret falls as well. They're on to the Nexus here. Mons Demonium going to take game 1 here, and that'll be the win in this first round between Mons Demonium and SKT Hype Train. Looks like Mons Demonium will be taking on CTT for the next game. Congratulations. And we'll set up that next game. Again, congratulations to these two teams who did win their first round, and we're moving on to the second round here. This is the semi-final matchup between Casual Tournament Team and Mons Demonium. The winner of this matchup moves on to the finals tonight on NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tier Tournament. All 4 of the remaining teams, Pony Dragons, Lee Sin Sucks Duck, Casual Tournament Team, and Mons Demonium, will be awarded RP, Again, we're just getting our teams here into Team Select for the second round / semi-final matchup between Casual Tournament Team on purple side and Monsdemonium on blue. The winner of this matchup moves on to the finals match. Again, this is NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tier Tournament. All top 4 of the remaining teams are guaranteed to win RP. Alright, we'll be underway in just a moment here, guys, for the semi-final matchup between Casual Tournament Team on purple side and Monsdemonium on blue. Alright, the first ban coming out from Monzdemonium will be that Braum. Braum being the newest support champion on the Fields of Justice. Definitely banned out due to lack of play. Not a lot of teams want to play as or with that champion, let alone against him. Let's see what the first ban. So that'll be the Jax ban. Don't want to see that in the jungle or top lane. It's a really strong guy. LeBlanc banned out against casual tournament team. We'll see how things turn out. No top lane bans against God Eternal, one of the two challenger tier players on casual tournament team. Kha'Zix banned out. A strong all-around pick in the jungle for either of these teams. Looks like CCT doesn't want to see that in the game at all. Syndra, that final ban against CTT. We'll see what casual tournament team decides their last ban will be. Monzdemonium with a really strong showing against SKT Hype Train just before this match. Alright, that last ban will be Kassadin. We got first pick available on the side of Monzdemonium. We'll see what champion they put the most stock in as a first pick. Orianna could be locked in here, first hovered over. Alrighty, after Orianna gets locked in, we've got the bottom lane insta-locked, Lucian and Morgana. Really strong picks. Looks like Morgana might be taking Ignite here in that bottom lane. Wukong hovered over as the jungler. Looks like that'll be a support Soraka. Could be top lane. I've been mistaken before. $30 more seconds to lock in that Wukong or choose a different jungler. Alrighty, Wukong does get locked in. We have yet to see the picks coming out from God Eternal and LXSI. Okay, Lee Sin locked in. That could be top lane or jungle. But God Eternal most likely going to be picking his own champion since he is the top laner, and that is a necessity. Looks like it will be a top lane Lee Sin if Evelynn does get locked in. Could be an Evelynn, or an Elise as well. Well, I'm going to get those mixed up. Alrighty. Elise does get locked in. We haven't seen an Elise jungle since our first night of tournaments here on NotSoStock. Looks like Graves gets insta-locked in that bottom lane. He'll be able to spam his buckshot with mana refunds happening from the Soraka support. Yet to lock in the top lane is Monzdemonium. Shyvana is a decent pick in this meta, and looks like it does get locked in. Alrighty, we got the final pick available for CTT. We'll see what they put in their stock for the mid lane, knowing that Orianna was already picked. Counter pick available, or just any sort of comfort pick for the mid laner of CTT. Looks like Nidalee gets locked in once again. CTT with an awesome performance on that champion last game in their matchup against TrueSkill Gaming. 45 more seconds remaining to switch around champions and your summoner spells, as well as runes and masteries, before we get locked in here for a semi-final matchup between Mons Daemonium on blue side and Casual Tournament Team on purple. The winner of this matchup moves on to our finals tonight on NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tier Tournament. We have tournaments for every tier every night throughout the week, with extra special events on the weekends, including ARAM tournaments. If you want to get involved, go ahead and check out our website at NotSoStock.ca. On our website, we have our a couple of features on our website available for you to check out. We have our Team Finder feature, where any team can look for members if they are short a few, or if you're looking for a team, you can put your information on our website, NotSoStock.ca, underneath that Team Finder feature. Also, if you're looking to up your game, or your ranked 5s team needs a little bit of direction, we have high elo coaches standing by waiting for you to hire them for their services. Again, also through our website at NotSoStock.ca. Would encourage you to check us out on Facebook as well. We have an awesome Facebook page set up for you guys. As well as you can check us out on Twitter. If you feel so inclined, we'd love for you to donate to our stream as well to allow us to continue what we're doing, bringing this service to you guys. Also, if you're interested, if you're curious as to what the tournament can do for you, if you are one of the top 4 finishing teams, you are guaranteed an RP reward issued by Riot Games. If you do happen to finish in first place in any one of our 6 scheduled weekly tournaments, then you also get 3,200 RP apiece for each of your 5 participating members, as well as Triumphant Rise, that skin coveted by many as it's not available in the store. My name is Impossible, and on behalf of NotSoStockGaming, I'd love to welcome you to the stream if you're just joining us. And thank you for being here if you started to become a regular. If you'd like to join us for each of our tournaments here on stream throughout the week and beyond, you can hit that follow button at the bottom of the stream, so it'll send you an email anytime we log in. Just one more minute remaining on that spectator delay to get into our semi-final matchup between Mons Daemonium and Casual Tournament Team. Again, the winner of this matchup moves on to the finals to take on the winner of the matchup between Pony Dragons and Lee Sin Suckstock. Had some great games so far. We'll have more to come. Hit that follow button. Invite your friends to come and watch as well. Love to have you join us here on NotSoStockGaming's tournament stream. 30 seconds before we load on to Summoner's Rift. Alrighty, that spectator delay has expired, and we'll be loading onto the Rift here. You'll see a loading screen pop up on your screen shortly. Alright, we're loading onto Summoner's Rift in just a moment here, guys. You can see those percentages climb. In just a moment, we'll be on Summoner's Rift for the semi-final matchup between Mons Demonium on blue team versus Casual Tournament team on purple. Again, these are single elimination, best of ones with no losers bracket. All 4 of the remaining teams are guaranteed that RP reward. They're just battling to see who can take the greater share. Alrighty, level 1s, we're on to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds into the game. Trinket wards are now available as we are onto patch 4.7. Wards come out to protect themselves against an invade into either red side's blue buff or blue side's red buff. Say that 20 times fast, I dare you. Oriana with command attack, using the ball for a little bit extra vision
30 seconds until minions
while
spawn.
spamming that dance. Always fun. Minions will spawn in about 20 seconds here, guys. And we will have action here on Summoner's Rift.
Minions have spawned.
Alright, looks like we're going to have a red buff start here for Jungle Wukong, and a blue buff start up there for Elise in red side jungle. Lee Sin might be looking for a small little invade here, or a little bit of harass onto Shyvana. He did miss Sonic Wave, so he won't follow up with Resonating Strike. He did start his Q spell, as you can see there in the bottom left-hand corner. God Eternal with a relatively large champion pool. We saw him on Pantheon last game. Lee Sin now this game. Already making sure he sets the tone for this lane. Getting Shyvana down to less than half HP. What a play at level 1. Making sure that this lane is all about him and what he wants. Alright, down here in this bottom lane, as the first set of minions has actually fallen, the next wave includes the experience for level 2. There we go, level 2 lands nice Dark Binding onto Soraka as she stands on the pool. And a great Q comes out from Lucian. Double shot going down onto Graves, but because of his passive plus the heal armor buff from the Soraka, he's not going to take a lot of damage from that. Dark Binding doesn't quite connect. Lucian gets silenced. Interesting that even with all the aggression coming out from red side, blue side with a small minion advantage. As things equal up here in this bottom lane. Alright, up in that top lane, Lee Sin has left for level 2 gank down mid lane. He landed Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike. One more auto will do it. Ignite was used as well. He will get first blood. A 3-man gank down here onto the Monkey King. He actually gets no red buff slow, as the Spiderlings don't apply it. The Q used as well. Q in human form as well. One auto will do it. The red buff not doing enough. And look at that, Wukong with sub 10 HP. Here's Lee Sin though. He didn't safeguard over the wall, looking for the last hit. Double buffs available for whoever can get the final hit on this guy. Will they be able to find him? No, they will not. He goes the wrong way. And Wukong does complete his recall. Lee Sin missing out on a lot of experience, though, in this top lane. Shyvana gets a lot of damage onto that top lane turret, already down to half HP. Has a nice gank down bottom lane, will take down the Soraka on top of the 2v2 kill onto that Graves. 3-0 now for CTT. Well played for red team. Alright, Lee Sin returns to this top lane. He's down a level, though. We'll see what he can do to bring himself back up. Alright, Nidalee recalled, and Orianna will shove up that mid lane. Putting a ward out in the river, I would guess, if she's not going for a full-on gank. Alright, here she comes up into this top lane. There are no wards in the river to actually spot her out. There's no missing ping from the mid lane. Nidalee either. This could be a great play up here in this top lane. Command Protect puts a shield onto Shyvana and gives her a speed buff. With that distance, a lot of damage goes down. The auto attacks from Orianna do a lot. They only need one more auto, perhaps. Oh, the nice... Wow, great flash Q out of that Shyvana. That'll actually take him down. That'll be the first kill going over to them. A great assist pool for that Orianna as well, as she recalls to make sure that she can get back to her mid lane turret to defend. 1 to 3 in kills. Only 900 gold separates these two teams. Wukong covering in this mid lane just for a little. Hit with the last hit quite nicely. Minions relatively close across the board, other than in that top lane, because of the Lee Sin roam at level 2. Wait, great command attack there with the double Dorans. Puts a lot of damage down onto this Nidalee. She doesn't have much magic resist at all. Orianna not quite having completed her chalice, but landing some great AoE damage with her ball movement. We'll see how much more she can do. Zoning out this Nidalee quite nicely. She's level 5, so we can see what she's maxing. Looks like she's maxing Dissonance here. Wow, great spear lands on. She's at half HP. Ignite goes down onto Lee Sin to reduce the aggression that he can put on tanking up the turret. Great job saving herself there. She did not have flash, but I'm sure she would have held on to it one way or another because of that great play. God Eternal roaming a lot from this top lane. Not wanting to deal with Shyvana, I guess. He's down about 11 CS, 12 CS now, 13 and rising. We're down in this bottom lane. Things are pretty close. As Orianna takes another spear in that mid lane. The early boots of speed on that Morgana, making her able to dodge out from skill shots from the Graves, as well as position herself for more Dark Bindings.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
First turret falls up in the top lane. First stone in favor of Mons Demonium. That'll even up the gold as far as globally goes. It'll be 10.1 to 10.3. Only 200 gold separates these two teams, and that's basically nothing. A huge minion wave stacking here in the bottom lane, as Wukong is close by. Alright, Wukong's got red buff. Blue buff was given over to Nidalee in that mid lane. As you can see, looks like he's going to come through the lane. He does not, or he does have Cyclone available as of now. Might be looking to use that in this bottom lane. There are no brush wards, so they won't know that Wukong is indeed here. Nice ward into the river. Dark Binding does not quite connect. Now would be the time, if any, because of the reduced CC potential and Black Shield being on cooldown as well. It's like they're setting this up for this Wukong. They could even think about diving. Morgana will see Wukong as they flash right on top of him. Cyclone will catch her on the edge there. He takes a couple tower hits, healed up by Soraka. Graves flashes underneath the turret, but takes 3 tower hits. He only needs one more auto, and that'll be a kill in return for Lucian. A little bit greedy there by that Graves. But 1 for 1 in that bottom lane, not terrible for either team. In this mid lane, a little bit of aggression comes out from that Nidalee, going into Cougar form to try and pounce onto Orianna. But Orianna stays quite safe, not taking any damage to her HP. She will use Command to Protect to reduce incoming damage in the form of a shield. Dissonance not quite connecting, but still lands the slow. Nice dodge out of that spear by Babuman. And get these summoner names correct. Trying to last hit underneath the turret. The CS numbers are relatively equal in this mid lane. Nice spear lands onto Babuman on that Orianna in the mid lane. As Lee Sin comes down, not the jungler Lee Sin, mind you, but top lane Lee Sin invading against Wukong's jungle. Nice spear lands onto Shyvana as well. Lee Sin looks for a dive, but all of these health bars are relatively low. Spear does land on. That's the Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike for the execute damage, but Command Shockwave will pull him back into tower range. That's a great kill picked up again by Orianna. She flashes over the wall, but Repel will reveal her and get Elise right on top of her as Nidalee makes it over the wall as well with her flash. That's a second kill. So overall, a 2-for-1. Now 3-for-1 as Graves falls in that bottom lane. That's going to be 3 kills in quick succession in the favor of Casual Tournament team. We just had word that there's an unfortunate circumstance where Pony Dragon's roster had some issues where they will get disqualified, so the winner of this matchup actually will be moving on to the finals to take on Lee Sin Sucks Duck. There will be no third place match. Morgana in a little bit of a choke point there as Lucian uses Relentless Pursuit to get over the wall. Decent pink ward in the mid lane will actually spot out Orianna's movement there. Yeah, decent action all around the map to pick up a few more kills in favor of Casual Tournament team. Those spears do hurt, though. A little bit of a chase. The pool would be enough. Even an auto attack is enough. Morgana picks up a kill. The assist pool was still available for Nidalee. A lot of auto attacks, though. Soul Shackle's activated underneath the tower. One more hit will do it, and that's a kill. Almost 2. Wow, great play by Graves. Almost able to pick up 2 kills. The last spear. Oh, he dashes away. Great quick draw to avoid last spear here. Wukong gets in the area and actually flashes out of range of the Propel. That was a great play as well by the Wukong. Dodges out from the cocoon, but there's enough HP on that, at least, that nothing happened. Wish comes out, but that's not going to be enough from a non-AP Soraka. It's just support Soraka. Wish is only about 200 HP. If I'm correct, 158. Not enough to deal with an Elise that has Sork Boots completed. Looks like Dragon will be started up. This will be the first Dragon of the game going over to either of these teams, and it looks like it will be secured by Casual Tournament team. 6-14 in kills, 2-0 in turrets. We've got a kill lead and a dragon lead, with the first dragon going over to CTT, but we've got a tower lead in favor of Monzimonium to keep the gold lead from getting way out of hand. We've only got about 3,500 in favor of Casual Tournament Team. This could be a bait here. Nice command to protect to reduce the damage. Almost a max range spear. That would have been a lot of pain onto Orianna had that actually connected. Alright, Recall's coming out, gonna buy up with the Dragon Gold, plus a little bit of the kills that have been going around. Haunting Gaia is straight up purchased for that. Elise looks like she's going for the off-tank build with Magic Penetration. The old Season 3 Jungle Elise. Still really strong, as the first turret of the game goes over, first turret in favor of Casual Tournament Team, and the second, wow, in quick succession, mid and top lane turrets fall in favor of Casual Tournament Team. That'll increase their gold lead to 5,500. Still the 2v2 in this bottom lane. Both of the turrets are still up as far as outers go in this bottom lane. Nice Dark Binding lands onto Graves. He's going to be standing and take half the culling to the face. Turns around, almost takes out Lucian. Summoner heal used to speed up Soul Shackles to try and lock a couple people down there. Standing on the Tormented Soil, Nidalee gets a kill in that mid lane with the help of Lee Sin. Really close calls here. Elise comes around the back, gets a kill onto Soraka, repels into range to at least get the experience. Will she get the last hit? No, he gets executed to the turret. Well done. Alright, and Nidalee still pushing up this mid lane. She's 4-1-5, probably with the most gold in the whole game. And I'm not mistaken, she has 600 more gold than the next highest member, who is also on her team. One spear will take her out. Oh, it just goes off to the side here. Really close calls again. This Nidalee is quite fed, sitting on 1,800 gold as Orianna makes it back to her platform safely. I expect to see that Nidalee going for the needlessly large rod into perhaps a death cap. No reason to go tier as other Nidalees do if you've already got Chalice built into something. That's a lot of regen as well as CDR. Spear doesn't quite connect onto anybody. Really close to hitting somebody though. Nidalee biting off a little bit more than she can chew. Gets the Black Shield to avoid damage. Nice Dark Binding lands onto the Tormented Soul as well. Chaining into a spear for that Nidalee. She's running low on mana though. Might want to think about basing to spend about the 2,000 gold that she is sitting on. Looks like Shyvana and Wukong rotate over back to this mid lane to protect the overall pressure in their favor. Alright, the last outer turret on the blue side of the map does fall in favor of CTT. They will think about perhaps more objective control now that they have an in to the entire blue side of the map. 16-6 in kills, 2-3 in turrets, for a 8,000 gold lead in favor of Casual Tournament Team. The winner of this matchup moves on to the finals, and the loser gets awarded immediately that third place, as we did have a roster problem with Pony Dragons. They will get disqualified from the tournament. We appreciate them joining us, but we had a rules disqualification. Cyclone is available for that Wukong, but he's already used his gap close and won't want to walk right through the field there. Right, back in this mid lane, Orianna trying to defend against Nidalee, but Nidalee's got blue buff. Still hasn't based with over 2,000 gold in her inventory. Orianna on the chase, couple autos with her passive, will put down a lot of pain onto Nidalee. She hits a spear onto a minion instead of a champion, which means things don't look good for her. Bushwhack Trap does actually connect onto Orianna, reducing her resistances and revealing her, while dealing a slight amount of magic damage. Command attack, a little bit of damage. Nice spear onto Babuman on that Orianna. Nidalee uses Primal Search to keep herself healthy after taking an attack dissonance combo. But Wukong coming up to that mid lane, chased out by 3 members. Wow, was that a great steal? It was! Congratulations. Well played by that collateral damage shot out of that Graves. He's going to steal away that red buff. Orianna might want to think about basing now that she's taken it a little bit more, a little few more spears than she would have liked to admit. Lee Sin quietly pushing up this top lane and winning his matchup. He's got a Hydra to just shove up the lanes and stay healthy. No reason to base if you never need to buy. Again, look at the inventories of top and mid lane. 3.2 thousand in the hands of that Nidalee and 1.3 in the top lane. Nidalee finally basing. That's a death cap completed. Look at that. Straight up buy. Death cap completed 20 minutes into the match here for that Nidalee on top of an Athene's and Sorcerer's shoes. She's going to be hitting even harder with those spears. Elise started up the second dragon of the game. She can take it on her own with that blue buff. No problems there. That'll be the second dragon of the game going over to Casual Tournament Team. And that'll increase their gold lead to probably about 10,000. There you go, exactly 10,000 in their favor. Lee Sin comes over the wall. Nice Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike. Uses the Shock Wave to pull Lee Sin out of melee range. Dragon's Descent used as well. Wukong shows up, forcing the Flash out of the Lee Sin. Flash into Cyclone. Knocks up both of these guys now on the tail end. Wukong gets revealed. But low health bars on all of these blue team members until bottom lane shows up and he goes ham. Collateral damage. Saved out by Summoner Heal, but he gets the last hit. Soul Shackles goes down onto 2, disconnects from 1, but finally puts the stun down onto Graves. But Wukong gets the last hit onto that Morgana. So far, that's a 1-for-1. Spear not quite connecting. Lucian looking for a pick in the jungle. Orianna's still quite low. There's a ward in there. Oh, great. Right into the cocoon. Quick draw in the wrong direction, my man. Unfortunately. Nidalee gets the last hit on that. She's 5-1 and 6. Might pick up another. The pounce lands right onto that robot. That's a killing spree. The second killing spree of the game for the Nidalee. She was shut down after 3 kills before. Deathcap, Athene, Sork Shoes, Double Dorns. Those spears hit a lot, as well as the pounce and smite. Swipe, excuse me. Pushing in against an inhibitor. Lucian's out of mana, though. He might not want to stay, as he has not a lot of his kit available to escape a bad situation should one arise while he's out of mana. Nidalee just shoving up this mid lane. They might want to think about buying and then perhaps getting control over the Baron area of the map, as top lane has been pushing for a little bit in favor of Monsdemonium. Nice spear lands onto Wukong, gets him to half HP. Wukong's Hex Drinker coming off cooldown just about now. Again, Casual Tournament Team might want to think about getting Baron control at this point, because they do have all outers down and some inners as well. Great clone used by the Monkey King there to avoid a Dark Binding, as well as a spear. The spear connects onto Orianna, gets healed up by Soraka, but Elise and Lucian join the fray here, with Lee Sin stealing away that blue buff in the jungle. Won't have minions for about 5 more seconds. Spear doesn't quite connect, but the calling used as a Dark Binding lands onto Orianna. Command Shockwave hits 2 into the Cyclone. Not quite a Command Pentakill, but we've got a lot of damage going out to Lee Sin. He's got double buffs. He uses Dragon's Rage to keep the dragon off of him, funnily enough. As the Flash Bite out of the dragon will take down another. That's 2 kills. Now 3 kills in favor. So it's a 2-for-3 in favor of Monsdemonium on the blue team here. So congratulations to them. They actually won a team fight while being down 10,000 gold or more, as they just got a little bit more in their favor. Baron's on the table. Dragon is not. What would they think about doing? Although their jungler is in the death chamber. Black Shield put onto Morgana, and she does have tier 2 boots to get away from Graves. Red buff still on him from that great steal from before and refreshed from that last fight. He'll clear out the Wraith camp here, and then probably pick up his own red buff. You see him start there. Soraka looking to get some ward coverage around that Baron pit. So Shyvana will just shove that up for a quick second here. Again, 10,000 gold lead for casual tournament team. It's not a casual lead by any means. Pink ward will be in vision of that ward, so he'll be able to take that out at their leisure. Morgana will indeed. Alright, relatively split. Nidalee's on the entire opposite end of the map with no teleport, as Lee Sin is chasing the dragon here. Forces out Dragon's Descent. He's still got Sonic Wave ready in just a second or two. Gets a nice slow down onto her. No energy for Sonic Wave. Takes a lot of damage to Dragon's Rage for the final hit onto the dragon. He'll pay for this with his life though, and double buffs will go over to Graves. So it's a 1-for-1, but an assist pool goes over to blue team, plus double buffs. Wish used to try and save Soraka, but she'll actually fall. Nice 3-man Cyclone, but the Soul Shackles into Hourglass will keep Morgana safe. Nice Spear and Tormented Soil lands. One more Spear will actually kill Oriana if it's a decent range. Oh, great Spear lands, and a great Cocoon to chain down onto that Graves. He falls. Looks like the Jungle Elise, first one since week 1 here of NotSoStock, will become legendary. 26 and a half minutes here into the match, as the first inhibitor will fall. Just past the 30-minute mark, that will respawn, but they've got a good 4 minutes to try and use the pressure of that mid lane inhibitor being down in their favor. Should see casual tournament team looking for a Baron and or another inhibitor. And that was all without Nidalee. She's been shoving since it has been at that bottom lane turret. She'll get a couple hits down. Nice Spear lands onto Soraka, and look, it takes away 60% of her HP. The third of 3 dragons, goes over to casual tournament team again. Increasing that gold lead to 15,000. Wow, what a Spear lands right onto Soraka. That's going to be a kill going over to Nidalee. That Death Cap Athene's Void Staff completed as well with the blue buff. That's a really scary Cougar. More afraid of the human form, to be honest, with the spear throwing and all. That one not quite connecting. Command attack dissonance, trying to clear out the waves, but she doesn't even have Death Cap at this point, let alone the Hourglass she's working on. Nice dodge out of that spear. There is ward control, or at least vision on the Baron for blue team. That pink ward will spot it out, and they might start it up. They're looking for one pick here. They look like they've found it. Dragon's Rage pushes the dragon right back into the team. Not able to actually make it over the wall as he gets last hit by that Elise. It's going to be just that pick they needed to make this a numbers lead up by the Baron pit. That'll be sorted out. Nobody responding on that minimap, so it's likely that that'll just be free. Lee Sin goes ham in that top lane too, though. Without his ultimate, gets a solo kill onto that Wukong. And that's Baron Nashor going over to all 5 members of casual tournament team. Graves looking for a kill here. One more hit. Great job by that Graves to actually pick up a kill on that Lee Sin, and close enough after Wukong dying that Wukong picks up an assist for that. Nidalee able to take down that inhibitor turret in the bottom lane as top required attention. She will start up on the inhibitor now too. Uses Primal Search to give herself a little bit of attack speed buff as top lane is being pushed in. Nice Dark Binding lands onto Oriana. The culling to the face too. Flash is out of the way. Wish is available out of that support Soraka. Cyclone on cooldown for Wukong. But that support's really squishy. Command attack puts the ball in between a few members back onto Oriana. There is Shockwave available. Attack distance puts a little bit of pain down onto Lucian, but he can lifesteal back up as soon as an enemy unit is in his vision. It's a lot of pain down onto Graves. He's trying to lifesteal off of the super minions. That's 2 inhibitors. Now going down in rapid succession to make sure that all 3 are down. That'll mean the next 7 waves will include 2 super minions apiece. Never seen a team in our tournaments come back from that. Hex Drinker pop by that Wukong here. We'll turn to the platform as heals come out onto Graves to keep him safe. Dragon's Descent actually doesn't connect onto anybody. Cyclone comes off cooldown, but he gets kicked out of the fight. Dissonance into Shockwave actually pulls a couple away from the turret. But they're just so far ahead with 15,000 plus gold plus the Baron regen. It's just so much in their favor. Up by now 23,000 gold almost as a gold lead in favor of Casual Tournament Team. They've been doing such a great job here. It takes the second Nexus start down, and that'll be the Nexus falling in the semifinal matchup here. The Casual Tournament Team will be moving on to the finals here of NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tier Tournament. Congratulations. Best of luck in the finals here for Casual Tournament Team. And Mons Demonium will get automatically awarded 3rd place due to a change. Again, we'll be underway shortly for the finals match here of Lee Sin Sucks Duck versus Casual Tournament Team. The winner of this matchup gets awarded 3,200 RP apiece, as well as the Triumphant Rise skin. Alrighty, here we are into Champion Select here, guys. This is the finals matchup of NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tier Tournament this evening. My name is Impossible. I'll be casting for you here the match between Lee Sin Sucks Duck and Casual Tournament Team. The winner of this matchup is awarded 3,200 RP apiece for each of their 5 participating members, as well as each of those 5 members also being rewarded with Triumphant Rise, that skin that is coveted by many as not being available in the store and only available to win through community events like ours. If you want to get involved, log on to NotSoStock.ca and check out a couple features we have on our website. On top of being able to sign up for our tournaments, you can check out our Team Finder feature to get involved. If you don't quite have a team but you'd like to find one, you can use that feature as a solo player. Just put in your information and hope someone contacts you, or use it as a resource to find other players and put together a team yourself. Also, if your team has only 3 or 4 members and you're missing 1 or 2, you can use that Team Finder feature in the reverse process to find solo members that are looking for a team and you'd like to pick them up. We also have another awesome feature available through our website called the we have high elo coaches standing by, available to coach you as solo queue players as well as ranked 5 teams. If you need a little bit of a boost or some direction for your team, go ahead and check out that feature through our website as well. The service standing by at your disposal. Excuse me, my mic went weird there for a second. Again, this is our finals match of tonight's Diamond Tier Tournament on NotSoStockGaming. We had decent bands coming out from either of these guys. Hotly contested picks. Again, Elise, Morgana, Nidalee, Braum, Jackson, Kha'Zix, the bands out here for all 6 bands in total. The first pick for Lee Sin Sucks Duck going to be that Thresh in the bottom lane, not banned out, so definitely a hotly contested pick. Leona also available. Karma likely to be the pick for here. We haven't seen a Misfortune in our tournament, so I would love to see that personally. especially out of such a great team as CTT. Not quite locked in, but definitely hovered over. They'll switch over to Lucian and to Twitch, unfortunately for me. One more second, we'll see what gets locked in here, and it will be that Karma Lucian bottom lane. Really strong, lots of poke damage. Vi makes it through champion select. All the troll summoners until the last second, I'm sure, for no Ghost Reno. Revive Clairvoyance. Alrighty. Hovering over a lot of different champions here. We'll see how things turn out. Alrighty, we do have Caitlyn and Vi locked in. That's going to be the completed bottom lane between those two characters, and then Vi in the jungle. Vi, a really great jungler. Really strong in levels 1 through 6, especially at level 6 with Assault and Battery becoming available. In solo queue, you should assume that if there's a Vi, you're going to get camped in the mid lane, because it's a guaranteed kill, pretty much, if the summoner spells aren't available. Alright, and we got the lock-in of the Syndra for the mid lane on the side of Casual Tournament team here, as well as Evelynn in the jungle. Alrighty, and on that top lane, it's going to be that Ryze. He's a really strong top lane pick right now. And Orianna being hovered over at the moment. I do expect to get that locked in. Orianna does get locked in for the final pick. Soraka. Interesting choice. Okay, let me talk about this for a second. If it's not the mid lane Karma and it's a mid lane Soraka, according to the Koreans, the only counter pick to a Soraka in the mid lane is actually Orianna. So it's interesting to see that there's the counter pick available. Or, hold on. I've already got Syndra locked in. I'm going off my rocker here. Okay, looks like top lane Soraka. Yes, okay, top lane Soraka. Against Ryze, it's an interesting matchup here. Alright, Summoner spells not being Summoner Troll on the side of Lee Sin Sucks Duck. Switch around those champions. Hopefully they don't mess up and accidentally have them locked in 10 seconds on the wrong summoners. That's never a good thing. Alright, 3 more seconds. Looks like they'll stop trading. And everything is finalized as you see it on your screens here, guys. 3 minutes for that spectator delay. Again, let me talk about this. It's going to be interesting top lane. I expect to see Soraka building tier early on, because she'll be able to just solo farm that lane and then shove. Luckily, she's on purple side, so a top lane Soraka can just go tier for not only quick shoving with Star Call to shove Ryze in against a turret before Ryze has level 6, but also that makes her safer because then she can back off and actually have something to farm out of the double golems that are on that top side, giving her a tiny bit of an advantage, again, because she has so much healing and AoE, then she can farm whatever she damn well pleases. Ryze, however, will take about 20 minutes to stack up like a tier and Rod of Ages, get that started so that he can get a power spike around the 20 to 25 minute mark. So hopefully it's just like a noodle fight up there in the top lane, unless you get a lot of jungle pressure. But I expect there to be a lot more action here in the mid lane between the Evelynn, who, as we all know, is invisible until True Sight catches her out, and the Vi. Again, as I said, much of the time in solo queue, a Vi will camp mid lane, even through and up to level 6, with Assault and Battery becoming available as her ultimate at that level. Actually, against Syndra, Syndra has no flash. If she has no flash, then she also has no escape. Putting the ball on top of a Vi for Assault and Battery into the knock-up 2 with Vault Breaker, then the Shockwave displacement plus that massive amount of damage coming out with Dissonance and Command Attack as well. Not even taking into account breaking the armor from the Vi. So there's a lot of damage that can happen in that mid lane. Hopefully, Syndra creates a situation in her lane that won't allow that to happen. Holding onto her flash would be most important as well. In the bottom lane, though, there's a lot of synergy between Caitlyn and Thresh. If he gets a decent hook and Caitlyn reacts fast enough, he can put down a trap. Yordle Snap Trap can lock someone down in place on top of Flay as well, and then post level 6 the box, blocking someone as well. Lucian a soft counter to a Thresh lane, though, because his Relentless Pursuit actually removes all slows, so it can counter Thresh's kit in a soft way. He can use it to dodge Death Sentence, or cleanse off the slow from either Flay or the box. See how he plays that in the bottom lane. Karma's just a lane bully, though, so I'll see how that plays out. 10 more seconds on the delay here, guys. And then we'll get underway again for the finals between Lee Sin Sucks Duck and Casual Tournament Team. And there's that delay. Loading onto Summoner's Rift here, guys, for that finals match. Best of luck. May the best team win. Again, the winner of this matchup actually moves on. The winner of this matchup gets awarded 3,200 RP apiece, plus the Triumphant Ryskin. So let's see, small gift, big box here with the Uncle Ryskin. Can actually show that off the next time he wants to play Uncle Rys if they do reign victorious after this match. Again, on behalf of NotSoStockGaming, I'd love to welcome you to the stream if you're just joining us. Hit that follow button, and you can join us for each of our different tiered tournaments throughout the week. We have a tournament for each tier, bronze up through diamond, with open brackets available on Fridays. You don't even need to be level 30 to make a team with 5 members to join us for that one. Also, we have a couple awesome features available through our website, NotSoStock.ca. We have our Team Finder feature if you're just a solo member looking to create a team or join one. And also, if your team has only 3 or 4 members, you lost a couple, and you're looking to replace them, you can use that Team Finder feature in the reverse process to look for members to join your team. But we're here on to Summoner's Rift here. I'm just going to move around these champions in the scoreboard so we can get those matchups faced up against one another so you guys can see that a little bit better. And here we are. I was correct in assuming it's top lane the Soraka. Really just going to be a farm fest up there, I'm assuming, unless Ryze gets caught in way too many star calls. Again, this is patch 4.7, so trinkets are available 30 seconds into the match, so they're available as of now to ward out against those 5-man invades that were so popular in 4.6 and before. First ward of the match comes down into the rivers for each of these teams. Actually, basically mirrored in the exact same places to make sure that there's no jungle invades. I think it's relatively safe. couple star calls have already connected onto Rise. He'll probably just recall before a minion spawn in the next 30 seconds. Uh-oh. One more star call would actually do it. She does have flash available. Flash from Rise as well. Now she's underneath the turret. One more auto. I do believe that the actual passive from star call, the stacks had worn off. That's going to be first blood for Vi. Misplayed by that Soraka there. Although that's nice in favor of Mons Demonium, with most people saying casual tournament team is the favorite to win this match, if I may. Nice Piltover Peacemaker lands out of the brush. I'm not sure there was a headshot stacked up. There was not, but a couple autos plus Piltover Peacemaker without having to go through minions is going to be about that much damage falling onto this Karma. She won't actually base because minions have already spawned. Interesting choice there. Not even using a potion to regen her health. That might actually lose the lane for them. Nice Monshred Q puts the AoE down to help out her jungler. Hate Spike's also dealing decent AoE damage. That'll be the blue buff going over to Evelyn. Red buff start for Vi. Both of those junglers will be up top side around the 3-minute mark with their level 3s and double buffs. We'll see if they choose to actually gank that lane. Neither one of those champions, Soraka or Rise, have much of an escape, but Rise does have CC to lock down a Soraka, and Soraka, as you can see, with Star Call, must shove in. Right down here in this bottom lane, level 2's not yet coming for either of those guys, but it's a little bit of a lane advantage for blue team. Mid lane is about equal, other than the level advantage for Orianna being the first one into that lane. Again, in this top lane, as I said, we're approaching the 3-minute mark with these junglers picking up their double buffs. Looks like Evelyn got quite low with not as much damage reduction as the shield passive from that Vi. She's a little bit healthier. Both of them potting up though to stay relatively healthy. Again, as I mentioned, probably not going to be a lot of action in that top lane, more so in the mid lane. And as I say that, Evelyn's looking in the wings here. Nice AoE damage from the spheres. Atlantean Syndra, that new skin for her. If you haven't checked that out in the store, you should. It's pretty freaking sweet. Alright, down in this bottom lane. Looking for a death sentence in this brush, but there is a ward, so they will be able to dodge it out. Should they choose correctly. Nice hook onto their... chained into the flay. Chained. But Caitlyn doesn't actually respond. They do have a cannon wave here. And the range from that Caitlyn gets a couple extra auto attacks onto Lucian. Caitlyn finally activates her first and only health potion, as Thresh also has his consumables in his inventory. Lucian also using his first health potion. No more consumables available for these AD carries. Alright, in this top lane we had kind of a 2v2 situation with the junglers showing up. The flashes were still on cooldown for both of these top laners. Summoner Heal was used by Soraka though. Recalling in this top lane. Ignite goes down. Summoner Heal used. One more auto. Wow. Command Protect actually saves her from the last 2 ticks of Ignite. Great play by Egg Carton on that Orianna there to actually save herself out. And Evelyn will not actually dive that turret. Evelyn did have flash though. If she could have made it in off to the side while staying out of vision, she might have been able to actually pick that up. Vi's rotating over to cover mid lane. Brush control for that Karma. She's quite squishy though. She doesn't really want to fight. Evelyn comes around the back. She does have red buff. Applies red buff slow to the support instead of the really already low Caitlyn. Interesting choice there. I would have gone in the other direction, especially because 90 caliber net was already used. Not a lot of follow-up from the duo bot either though. Vi just trying to hit that level 6. A couple of camps more and she'll be able to get it, especially if one of those buffs one of those camps is a buff. Buffs will spawn in about a minute and a half for each of these junglers. Be able to pick up their level 6s as well as their first buffs. Again, Orianna almost fell. She did hold on to her flash, but she did have to use Summoner Heal in exchange for the Ignite from that Syndra. Slow lands onto her. Nice stun. Couple more autos. A little bit more pain down onto 8 cartons. Orianna, she's down to half HP, but has consumables in for her inventory. Stacks up a couple biscuits to regen up. Lucian wards out that tri-brush to see if Vi sweeps around. They do have vision on her at the moment. Mantra Q lands onto minions. Would have been enough damage to probably take out Caitlyn had it actually connected. Misses out that second Q. Lucian last hitting quite nicely, up about 7 minions over Caitlyn here. Caitlyn's really low. Misses out the cannon creep too, unfortunately. As a solo kill happens in that mid lane, it was a level advantage with Unleashed Power being available before Shockwave for that Orianna. Again, Soraka just shoving in as always with that Star Call in his top lane. Nothing quite fancy, but again, just a farm fest. Really, really close farm numbers. Tier for the Rise. And Ruby Crystal probably going to be built into Catalyst of the Protector into Rod of Ages. A couple of Doran's rings for Soraka. She hasn't based in a while, though. Lucian shoving in. He's got ward coverage in Tri-Brush now that his trinket expired, but was replaced by the trinket of the Karma. Shoving in a full wave, not with a cannon. Vi's been doing a really good job coming over to cover lanes that don't have regular laners in them to make sure that she can secure the last hits. Speaking of securing last hits, she forces herself to actually miss a couple. Misplay on her part. Assault and Battery is available though, and they should know that the flash is down on that Orianna in the mid lane, as there was that solo kill. Blue buff on Syndra here. Soraka's still shoving up here. There hasn't been much jungle pressure, so she's been getting a lot of damage onto this turret. Silence down onto Rise. She just takes a Q. No Rune Prison. Interesting that he didn't choose to Rune Prison her in the middle of the minions there. Would have been a nice play. Heals herself back up. She does have Wish available. A couple autos onto the turret as well. Overcharge. The ultimate from the Rise isn't available, but she gets quite low. She has her ultimate. She uses Wish, actually, as Syndra comes around the backside, and that's going to be another kill using Unleashed Power. 2 kills on Syndra. Those are both the kills of Casual Tournament Team, and they're both on the mid laner. If Syndra can get going quite quickly here, then she'll be able to deal the AoE damage her team will need. All lanes in favor of Casual Tournament Team at the moment, even though First Blood did go over to Mons Demonium. Sorry, Lee Sin sucks duck. Blue team here. Just remembering last. Girdle Snaptrap does land, but Death Sentence will not. Unfortunately, that would have been nice to pull the support into the tower had they been able to. Level 6 is available for Lucian and almost for Karma, but neither one of Blue Team's members have 6 quite yet. Nice low lands onto Caitlyn. Lucian might be looking for skill shot, lands through the minions onto Lucian, but the W doesn't connect. Double shot passive lands onto Caitlyn, and 2 more autos. She's down to about 40% HP. As Evelynn comes through Tri-Brush, there is no ward, let alone a pink ward to spot her out. She'll be able to come through the lane. But Vi is here as well, and Vi does have Flash, as well as Vault Breaker, plus the Assault and Battery. Nice Pilt over Peacemaker, comboing off of that 90 caliber net. Oh, wow. Unfortunate that they weren't able to follow that up. Assault and Battery underneath the tower. Syndra will fall. Great Death Sentence as well. Great chaining of that CC. Excellent Flash coming out from that Evelynn there to avoid being displaced into that Shockwave. This pink ward will spot out that ward. Orianna should be able to take it out, and she will. But a great turnaround there, actually evening up the kill scores. But still, CS numbers heavily in favor of Casual Tournament Team, which means the gold is actually 1,500 in their favor. The Dragon's still on the table for both these teams. Caitlyn hasn't faced in a long time, though. She's probably sitting on enough for a BF Sword, if not Shoes as well. She's sitting on 1,300, not enough. She needs about 300 more to actually complete a Bloodthirster. Wow, Death Sentence there's a full minion wave plus level 6 available for these guys. Ignite goes down onto Caitlyn. She's in melee range. Not probably the greatest idea as Wish comes out to save Soraka. And now Lucian's here as well because Thresh stayed around. Okay, it turns out to be a decent play for Casual Tournament Team. Picking up 2 kills for none. Also getting all summoner spells on cooldown for both of those bottom lane champions on the side of Lee Sin Suckstock. 2 to 4 in kills. First stone also going over to Casual Tournament Team in that top lane. So they got the first tower of the game. Now up to almost 3,000 gold as Soraka still is in that top lane. Now that she's got a chalice, she'll never run out of mana so she can star call infinitely. Definitely need jungle pressure. Vi's on her way, but she does not quite have Assault and Battery available. And still the star call spam. She will get spotted out by that ward, which means Soraka will finally back off. The dragon looks like to be the next thing on the minds of Casual Tournament Team. They have 4 members in this area to the 4 members of Lee Sin Suckstock, so it should be a full-on engagement should somebody want to start the fight. There's superior ward coverage for Casual Tournament Team with the pink ward in the actual den. Nice ward comes out to control the river a little bit. Of course, Evelyn won't be seen by any of those regular wards, trinket wards. Nice Agony's Embrace, locking a couple people down. Dark Passage, plus 9 to Caliber Net, creates some distance between Caitlyn and that Evelyn. Great job holding on to the... Okay, her summoner spells were on cooldown, but she also keeps a cool head to avoid dying in that situation. Evelyn was relatively alone with just the Karma off in the wings. Not too much kill threat, but a great escape, nonetheless. Soraka finally gets ganked out by the Vi. One more auto will take her down, and it's actually the punch in the back to actually break her armor as she dies, so style points as well. But you can see that that top lane is getting out of control nonetheless. With Vi and Vision up top side, that's going to be a dragon picked up by Casual Tournament Team, and unfortunately, Unleashed Power also lands onto Caitlyn for the last hit again. That's the 3 ultimates coming out from Syndra this game, and 3 kills in her score. Increasing that gold lead to 3,500. Looks like they might be able to pick up another down here. Vi is off in the wings. She doesn't have Assault and Battery. Dark Passage on the other side of the wall, so that I actually won't pull them in. If anything, it warns them that Vi was on the way. Probably a misplay by that Thresh. Red buff finally going over to this Evelyn in the jungle. She's been doing a good job ganking while keeping her farm numbers decent. I mean, if you see the difference, Vi has been farming a little bit more. Meteos style. Just stealing the blue buff over the wall. Something you can do as Syndra. And holding onto it just long enough to have her teammates join as well. Smite comes out. That's going to be blue buff going over to Vi. Good Smite. Gets away. The Rise ultimate doing a lot too. Alright, Syndra shoving up this mid lane. Her cannon creep dies, so she can't really put aggression onto the turret. His bottom lane, though, activates the cooling. Nice body blocking by the Thresh. A couple hits onto each of those champions. Puts enough pain down that this lane is now back in their favor for the pushing. They have a cannon creep plus an entire wave behind it, a wave and a half, I should say. Great Piltover for Peacemaker actually takes out the cannon creep, and that'll do enough to hold on. Summoner heal, interesting choice. They could probably hold the turret as is, but they choose to use Summoner heal as well. Vi has Assault and Battery available in that mid lane. ganking too, but I want to watch what happens down here in this bottom lane. Caitlyn very low. Okay, Assault and Battery is available. Vaultbreaker doesn't connect. The flash used and Wish. Interesting choice there, but she'll get away safely.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Alright, second tier top lane turret does fall. Soraka's still shoving. She's got full HP and mana essentially in that top lane, so she's not leaving anywhere. I steal out a little bit of the jungle. In this bottom lane, though, that's going to be the turret falling for sure in favor, again, of Casual Tournament Team. The Flash Tether plus Ignite won't be enough. Great reaction on the Flash for that Thresh. Keeps himself safe. Also using Dark Passage's shield to reduce the incoming damage from the true damage of Ignite. Assault and Battery still available for that Vi, but her laners are really, really low, so she can't really make anything happen with it. Syndra putting some damage onto the turret. Again, with a cannon, might be able to actually take this out. Nope. As the Ryze and Orianna show up, Assault and Battery goes down on top of Rune Prison. Unfortunately, it wasn't perfectly chained, CC, but the overall damage between all three of those guys will be enough to take out actually a couple kills, as Evelyn was around as well. It's just kind of a happy coincidence here for that team. Evening up the kills, 5-5 in kills, but still up 3 turrets. Finally, first turret of the game going over, first turret in favor of blue team here. Lee Sin Stuck trying to get some global gold back in their favor. It'll be another 2.5 to 3 minutes before that dragon respawns down on that bottom side river. Setting up for that as there's 2 minutes remaining on that dragon. Alright, no blue buff contest on this side of the map. It's a funny little action on the other side of the map for the other blue buff, but this one will definitely go over to Syndra. Syndra again, 3-2, looking to complete DFG next out of that Fiendish Codex and the Needlessly Large Rod. Farm numbers across the board, other than the jungle, are all in favor of the Casual Tournament Team. But Evelyn's been all around the map. She's actually suffering in experience too. She's down a level with not the rank 2 ultimate. So actually a 5v5 fight, or a 5v4 would definitely be in favor. The blue team here, just a solo kill again in that mid lane. Hopefully they'll be able to save out the Syndra. No, they won't. And Vi has red buff and is quite tanky. Again, here's that level lead making a difference. Rank 1 Agony's Embrace not going to do enough. Assault and Battery is rank 2. One more punch will do it. The Vault Breaker getting the last hit there. That's a... was it a double kill? I do believe it was. 6 kills. Nice silence actually interrupts Vault Breaker. The red buff slow might be enough though. They just need a Rune Prison. Ryze has activated his ultimate. Summoner Heal was slow. Or will speed her up as well, but there's not enough damage to actually take her out on top of all of her heals. Well played by both teams, picking up a couple different kills here and there. Bottom lane, though, went completely down without any help. So 7-8 in kills, 1-3 in turrets. The greater numbers both in favor of Casual Tournament Team, increasing that gold lead to 5,000 in their favor. Dragon is now available. We'll see who goes for it. Pink ward was deleted and replaced by a green ward from the sightstone of that Thresh. Let's get started out here in vision of blue team. We'll see if they come for a steal. Nope, Vi recalls. There's no chance of a steal as Evelyn is here with Smite available. And that'll be the second dragon of the game going over to Casual Tournament Team. That again increases their gold lead. Nice stun down onto Orianna. Great poke damage coming out from the Mantra Q. And the DFG ultimate, unleashed power indeed. Again, every time that ultimate goes off, there's a death in the mid lane or elsewhere. Every time going over to that Syndra. 5 kills. 5 of her team's 9. All on her. With that completed DFG, not even any penetration in her build yet, but so much damage. Lucian solo pushing bottom lane with Soraka solo pushing top. Vault Breaker does connect. There's still double buffs on that champion, and Assault and Battery is available. Vault Breaker connects and saves onto that ultimate. Great play by that Vi to actually pick up a kill. She's godlike now with 7 kills in a row, no deaths. She needs to carry her team to victory. She has a decent amount of magic resist to deal with these teams, but she needs more damage if she's really going to carry. 8 to 9 in kills, a 7,000 or so gold lead in favor of Casual Tournament Team. A catch onto Oriana, nice command shockwave, but again, unleashed power, picking up another kill for that Syndra. She will get shut down though. Ignite. Ignite from the Syndra picks up a double kill onto Thresh, as Ryze just turns for 1. That's a 2 for 1 in favor of Casual Tournament Team. Karma just trying to zone out blue team here from her friend. Assault and Battery is available. There it goes, down onto the Karma, and the last hit from the auto attack of that Ryze will get him another kill. He's on a killing spree, finally getting going with that route of just completed. His tier is about 70% stacked. Again, Soraka back up to the top lane, shoving up. Really good farm numbers on that champion. She's got almost 200 farm at 22 minutes. Not doing too bad considering she died 3 times. And I'm going to shrug at her assists because Wish is global. Looks like she will be actually stealing away the blue buff too. I'm a fan of jungle Soraka in 3s, by the way, so I totally understand how it's like. It's pretty fun. Try that out yourself. Oriana using her AoE to get rid of the minions here in this mid lane, trying to hold on to the last vestiges of the HP on that turret for as long as she can. Trying to get a catch onto Soraka. She took a little bit of pain from that Ryze. Ryze's ultimate is off cooldown. He doesn't have his flash though to chase. We haven't seen any teleport plays from that Ryze. I haven't been paying attention to see if he has been using it to get back to lane to farm. He really hasn't had the turrets to do so, so I really doubt that. He should probably think about shoving as soon as he gets to the point where he can deal with Soraka on his own, and then his team can use that as global pressure because there's no teleport on that Soraka, so she should be with her team who join. Again, Wish is global, so she does have a quasi, teleport to combat. She has a spell that can combat the teleport from this Ryze. She doesn't have a way to interrupt it, but alright, with 4 members here on the side of Casual Tournament Team, they'll just tank up this tournament for a moment. The double shot passive from the Lucian going to get the last hit on that turret. That's the 4th turret in their favor. All outers have fallen, plus an extra inner turret on the top lane. DFG into the ult, but actually there's enough magic resist as well as the shield. That was the first ultimate cast by Syndra in this game that has not actually secured a kill. He has to back off though. He's in the wings looking for a nice death sentence, and actually it connects onto Evelynn. Great shockwave, actually gets 3 into turret range. The Rune Prison actually also locking down Soraka in turret range. She used all of her summoner spells as well as Wish to try and save her own life there, but it didn't actually save her. Ace in the Hole connects onto Evelynn, but she's got a nice chain vest to reduce that incoming damage. It's a 4-on-5 here in the mid lane. Great catch onto the Ryze. The slow and the ignite. Will it be enough? It will actually, as the Q comes through on that Lucian to get a double kill in his favor, and they take another turret in the mid lane. They've still got a couple minutes if they want to try and put some pain onto this inhibitor turret. I don't know if they have the damage to actually do it, as Vi is fully stacked. No Assault and Battery. Vault Breaker is available though, and there is a kill coming out from Syndra. Not even using the DFG. Again, Thresh had never based after taking the last ultimate from that Syndra. 11 to 14 in kills, so it's not a huge gap, but there's a lot of global gold from the 4 turret difference, as well as 2 dragons that have gone over in favor of Casual Tournament teams. So they're up 9,000 gold lead at this point, and also a couple dragons. Speaking of dragons, in 25 seconds it will respawn, and if blue team has the timer, they might want to think about rushing it, as red team will think about respawning just after this. A little bit of a mid-game lull. They did break open the base, though. When I say that, I am referring to Casual Tournament Team. They are the favorite to win this match, as per the Twitch chat. An interesting build path here for this Lucian. He's 303, so you can't hate on him too much, but I don't often see somebody building Bloodthirster as well as Blade of the Ruined King. There's not a lot of health stacking other than the Rod of Ages, and perhaps the Sightstone if you really count that. Sultan Battery down onto the Syndra. Death Sentence connects as well. The box slowing her out, but enough damage went down onto Thresh that they could collapse on him from either side, and he flashed over the wall, so he had no other escape. That'll be another kill going over to Casual Tournament Team. The stun doesn't quite connect. See if this tanky Vi can actually get away. Great command attack, Shockwave into dissonance, but it's not enough damage to actually take down that Syndra or save Vi. That's going to be 2 for nothing, and the inhibitor is open. Caitlyn doing everything in her power to try and save her inhibitor, but 4 people in this area. Great AoE lands from the Leandries, actually completed by support Karma here. She's got a lot of AoE damage. It's going to be the first inhibitor of the game falling 27 minutes into the game, which means it'll only respawn at the 31-minute mark. I'm going to go ahead and predict here. I'm going to think that... I think Lucian... You know, I'm actually going to be a believer. I think Lucian is going to get pretty ham with those items. He's got so much, like, kite ability in his kit, plus Blade of the Ruined King. He has a lot of self-peel, plus so much lifesteal in that build that he could probably not die unless caught out by, like, a really good Death Sentence or Rune Prison here. Again, in this mid lane, there are super minions. Looks like Syndra's just going to use her AoE to kind of shove things forward. Again, every time you take an inhibitor, you only get 7 waves that include a super minion. So you got to make sure that you make full use of the time. It's 3.5 minutes, by the way, 30 seconds. Death Sentence connects onto Syndra. That's definitely who they wanted if they can delete her before she can get her damage off. She activates her DFG and uses her ult to actually take out the Thresh. For a great engagement, that was a good turnaround on the side of Casual Tournament Team. The Soraka finally joins her team with so much damage. The Star Call plus the Ignite actually gets the last hit on that Caitlyn. She's unstoppable here. That's a 5-for-0 and ace, the first ace of the game. Going over to Casual Tournament Team. Lucian and Evelyn are actually doing the Baron on the back here as their team are starting up the Nexus turrets. The first Nexus turret falls. The second has been started with the super minions still intact. Thresh shows up, gets silenced. The Rylai's has been completed by the Soraka. Second turret falls. Actually, they looks like they might be able to pick up a kill onto Syndra. Vi gets rooted. She just have flash available. Vault Breaker. She's gonna turn around. Oh, she misses, but Ace in the hole gets blocked out by the Karma. One more auto would have taken down the Syndra. It's a wonder she survived. She gets a double kill too from great peel from her support. Alright, Ryze gets 1 kill with his ultimate. Around the back here, Lucian gets another kill. Oh, he's gonna definitely take out this Ryze. That's what the Blade of the Ruined King is good for, is shredding that row of health. Uses the culling for style points, and that's gonna be the finals again of tonight's Diamond Tier tournament, going over to NotSoStockGaming.com. Sorry, .ca, NotSoStock.ca. Thanks for joining us, guys. That's the victory, going over to Casual Tournament Team. Congratulations to them. They've won 3,200 RP apiece, as well as that triumphant Ryze skin. Well played on their part. But really good game. That was a fun one to watch. It was close for most of the game until that final last team fight where they're able to get the Baron afterwards as well and shove in. Soraka just being huge for her team, finally completing some AP items and healing up her team quite nicely. So much slow coming out from the Randuins as well as their allies. Well played by both of these teams. Congratulations again to everybody who participated. The top 4 teams will be awarded RP. And of course, we already let you know about the reward for casual tournament team. Thanks for joining us, guys. Tomorrow is our open bracket tournament. My favorite of the week because we get such a variety of people coming to join us. New people to cast. New people to join us here on stream. If you're just joining us, it's too bad because the tournament is ending, but hit that follow button. You can join us tomorrow evening for the open tier bracket, as well as next week for our 3rd week of matches, 3rd week of tournaments. We've had a great 2nd week run here, guys, and we'll finish it off strong on Friday with our open bracket. Join us again. Sign up at NotSoStock.ca. Check out our Team Finder feature, as well as high elo coaching if you're interested in that. But again, on behalf of NotSoStockGaming, I'd love to thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a great evening. My name is Impossible, and yes, in the question in Twitch chat, I probably will have a personal stream this evening. You can check me out at www.twitch.tv/theimpossible. Thank you, and have a great evening.